Hello everyone, and let's take a look at the recent January 26th producers live stream for Star Wars The Old Republic. And I guess we'll skip right to the headline. We're getting a new boss is what we're getting. We're getting a new boss. You can see the excitement die down there. You're getting one boss, okay? The new operation, they haven't said the name of the new operation. We're getting a new daily area and a new storyline on Iokath. Iokath is an interesting planet. It's quite underdeveloped, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there. So you're getting a new operation, which is nameless. The first boss is going to be called Tith the Sith, I'm going to call him. He's the god of rage in Zakulian Pantheon. Ooh. He's got a saber pike thing. I'll put a picture of it up. I'll show you that. So the same guy who designed the Revan fight, they've said, designed Tith. I honestly didn't like the Revan. I know it's difficult and people kind of laud it, but I don't want a Super Mario Brothers level in the middle of it, to be honest with you. I didn't like the Revan fight in terms of mechanics. I didn't like most of 3.0's operations in terms of mechanics either. So that's not exciting. I know it's the hardest thing in the game, Revan HM, but that doesn't mean I really liked it, really. So yeah, they said they might put it on the PTS. They may do an open PTS. Do a fucking open PTS, right? This closed PTS, closed-minded bullshit, is why we're in this situation, okay? So they're getting story and veteran mode is going to launch with 5.2. 5.2 is going to come out. They've said the first week of April. They've said if they can release it in March, they will try. So it's coming out in May then, pretty much. That's pretty much confirmed then. So you're getting Master Uprisings as well. You want to do those Uprisings again. So yeah, Tith is getting story and veteran. Master mode will come out when they release the second boss. I take it they're going to do Knights of the Fallen Empire style chapters for the bosses. That's what you're going to get. They've done this before in the game, if you remember KP when it launched. I think it had 2 bosses, did it? I think after you did the Bounty Hunters, it just sort of stopped. I remember doing some bosses and then it just stopped KP when it first launched. I remember that. I remember doing KP back in the day. It just kind of stopped. I think it was the Bounty, I think it was Jargon Sorno. I don't know if it was... Yeah, because I think you got to the elevator where you fall down and it was just blocked off. I'm pretty certain that was the boss. You could kill the ad that was there, what was it, the Machine Smith, that dude. I think you could kill him. I think he didn't have any ads that spawned, if I remember correctly. What else have we got? We've got companions that are returning. The new storyline is going to be Iokath. It's linked into the new companions. So you're going to be Republic and Sith arrive on Iokath. You need to pick which side you're going to be on. So if you pick the Empire, you're going to get Quinn. And if you pick the Republic, you're going to get Alara. So you're going to pick the Republic, aren't you? Because fuck Quinn, basically. Fuck Quinn. Yeah, there's going to be new dailies on Iokath as well. So you're going to be a new reputation as well. So there you go, you've got Tith the Sith. He's got a saber pike thing. He's looked like a droid type thing, I guess. Looks interesting. The only problem is, yeah, it's nice to get a new operation. In 4.0, we'd be jumping for joy at a new operation, but in 5.0, the crap gearing system means that, is it really... I mean, it'd be nice to do it once, and then that's it. You're going to do it and then go, oh, thanks for the CXP. See you later. That's it. Oh, we got nothing from him. Maybe you could get a mount. Maybe you could get his saber pike, maybe. Get that as an unlock if you're playing an assassin, which they've ruined. I saw the PvP changes to 5.1. I never covered that in my 5.1 video because I don't do PvP. I didn't even play the game in 5.1, really. I just kind of opened the cartel pack and that was it, really. So 5.2 does seem to be, does seem to have a decent amount of content. Hopefully they fix the the uprising, so maybe get a look at them. Put it on the PTS and put it as a public PTS at least. And put it in the group finder on PTS as well, so that we can, or at least put the story mode in as well. And make it open. Don't do closed. This closed-minded bullshit is what's caused the current situation, caused subscribers to leave and guilds to leave. I don't know, again, I don't know if anyone will come back for this. I think the bullshit gearing system is still there. It's still the worst thing they've added to this game. Even with the changes in 5.1, what they really should do is, with the Iocath storyline quest and dailies, do what they did with Oricon and give you gear. Okay, that should reward gear. Say 230 maybe. Say 230 is like the entry level for Tith the Sith. Say that's the entry level for story mode, right? If you do the Iocath storyline, there's no RNG, you're just going to get the gear as a quest reward. You're still going to get command XP, just give people 230 gear. Non-set bonus, doesn't have to be set bonus. But I think it would be an interesting sort of way to get people all to the same standard, because the problem with 5.0 is gearing wise we're all over the place, you know, and gearing has nothing to do with skill in a sense. Right now, even with the new system, you're still relying on random drops to get things. So make it, say 230 blue gear then. Make it the bad 230 gear, but that's what it should be balanced around. Use Iocath as the catch-up mechanic as well for people who are going to return in 5.2 and then find, oh shit, we're not geared enough to run this. Get rid of bolster. Don't bolster current tier bosses. I think no bolster in story mode. Just make it the requirement 230, but give the players 230. Okay, for story mode. Veteran is the whole other story. You say you want what, 240 or whatever, and then master. I would also like to see another tier. If they added another tier, that would be interesting. But then, of course, you'd have to change the gearing system. So this gearing system is awful. Basically, this gearing system is so awful that it just takes away the skill in getting gear, and we don't know what skill level is going to be required for this, because all the ops have been on the same tier, really. I mean, when you look at Dread Fortress and Dread Palace, if you were doing HM, Dread Fortress, Dread Palace, right, it was safe to assume that you'd already cleared TFB and Scum and Villainy HM, okay, because that's what most people did. They would have been clearing TFB, Scum and Villainy HM, and then they would have moved on to Dread Fortress, Dread Palace when it launched. Because all the raids are in one tier, it's like, what the hell should we balance it around? How do you balance difficulty with this first operation for nearly 2 years? For over 2 years, in fact, since Shadow of Revan launched, and with the worst raid tier in the game, should we point out. That was TOS and Ravagers, I would say, was certainly the worst tier. So having the guy that designed the Revan fight doesn't fill me with confidence. What is it worth returning? Is it worth staying subscribed for? No, I would say. Still gonna unsubscribe. Really made up my mind. I'm not subscribing for for 2 more, potentially 2 or 3 months with nothing worth doing in the game. Will he come back for 5.2? Yeah, come back and check it out. I want to see the Iocath story. You want to get Alara back, obviously. I'm not gonna. No one wants fucking Quinn. Nobody likes Quinn, so everyone's gonna pick Alara, really. And of course, check out the new operation. So it is gonna be 5 bosses. So the 5 bosses will be released before the end of 2017. So I guess they're gonna do it like Chapter 1, Boss 1, Boss 2, Boss 3, Boss 4. It's not a great way to do a raid, because raid should flow from boss to boss, really, essentially. Maybe if you do, like, release a wing of the raid first, like, maybe, like, they did do that in World of Warcraft, they release, like, the first wing of a raid, that's, like, maybe 2 bosses, 2 or 3 bosses, maybe, and then, have a look at that, but, still don't think it's a great idea. I don't know why they couldn't have put an ops boss on Zaku. Like, maybe had that serpent thing. that they said maybe put that on Zakul in 4.0. I mean, even if it's just one boss, it's still better than nothing, but when you expect another raid tier, I don't know how long the gap between boss releases is. That's going to be the key, is the gap between boss releases. But there you go. So we actually had something to talk about on one of these developer live streams. So anyway, that is all for this video. We've already made our feelings quite clear. The gearing system is awful. Continues to be awful. They said they're going to make changes. They said the community topic was players feel that gearing is taking too long, and they said they'll talk next week about adjusting the speed of getting gear. It's not about the speed, it's the randomness. Like, I don't care if it's slow, as long as I can get what I want to get. Okay, as long as I can get whatever I want, then I'm not too bothered with it, or as long as I can get the set piece that I want, if I can target that specific boss. I mean, here's the simplest idea for gearing. Kill the boss, loot the boss, get some gear. That's the easy way to do it. You know, it means you can keep the difficulty in balance. The whole point the developer said of this was to make gearing easier. But the problem is, if you make it inconsistent, shall we say, and relying on RNG, how do you balance difficulty? You've made doing difficulty. A difficulty is a thing that they cannot do, right? They do not understand the concept of difficulty. What they're thinking making something harder is to make it, give it more health and let it hit harder. And we talked about that in our GoldenEye video of how to do difficulty correctly. Have more interesting mechanics. Okay, the Master Uprising is going to have additional mechanics as well. They've said that. But put more objectives, put more interesting mechanics in the game. You know, look at what Rare did with GoldenEye, and take a look at that. That's how to do difficulty correctly. That's how you do it. But then again, this dev team have shown, particularly, that they've no clue how to do difficulty, and that's my concern going forward as well. Is balancing the game. Doing difficulty. They've ruined PvP apparently with the bolster thing. I don't know much about it because I never really do PvP. Doesn't affect you if you're sitting AFK. Anyway, so that is all for this video. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon, and we'll see you in 5.2 then. And goodbye.